cars now. Woo! I'm with my 3D glasses.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
My name's Danielle. I'll be your guide today as we lift the veil of secrecy on some of Hollywood's hottest filming locations. I want to ask that everyone continue to move all the way to the right side of the tram, filling up all available seats. And if you have any small children with you today, let's say their feet don't touch the ground, now would be the perfect time to move them towards the center of the tram. And once these tram cars fill up, we are going to be closing those gates, so watch your arms and legs. I also want to make sure everybody has a pair of 3D glasses with them today. If you do not have a pair of 3D glasses, can you put your hand up in the air? You know, maybe like I just don't care. And keep that hand up high in the sky. That way we know you need a pair of 3D glasses. I am not seeing any hands, so I'm guessing. Oh, do you need them? Oh, you have them. You don't need them. You're all good. So we all have 3D glasses. Now you do not need to wear those 3D glasses just yet, because these screens are not in 3D. And the world is in 3D, so don't worry. I'll let you know when to put them on, but you don't need them on just yet. Is this anyone's first time taking the tour? Welcome! Oh my goodness, almost all of car 1, a couple car 2, 3, 4. Welcome, welcome. Well, I am so excited to show you where we make some of my favorite movies and TV shows. Hi, they're going to be on the next tour, but our tour starts right now. Now again, my name is Danielle. We have Dave behind the wheel, and my co-host, well, you probably already know his name. You might know him from Saturday Night Live or The Tonight Show. It's Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, Jimmy Fallon.
Hi there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Danielle.
And the greatest driver.
Dave.
They're the
Warner
best.
Brothers.
I love it. Even though
Dave.
only $5.
Oh my God, I see
I know you
it.
guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
Thanks, Jimmy. I do have a couple safety rules that I need to go over with you. So first, if you need guest assistance or have a medical emergency, if you drop something of value off the side of the tram, or if you have any sound or video issues, reach up and grab the red emergency cord that runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram. And I'll be back to assist you as soon as it is safe to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please remain seated, keeping your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. The studio is private property, and if at any time during the tour you drop your phone or you just can't wait to use the restroom, pull the cord and remain seated. Please no smoking of any kind during the tour, and be prepared because our tour today features loud noises, sudden tram movements, fire effects, and many water effects. So you want to have those cameras up for some great photo opportunities, but keep an eye on them so they don't get wet. And finally, for your safety and everyone else's, please do not use selfie sticks while you're on board the tram. All right, the fun can officially begin. We have left the theme park behind and we are entering the world-famous Universal Studios backlot. Now, I'd like to start the studio tour with a little Universal history. Our founder is Carl Laemmle. Now, when Carl Laemmle opened the studio gates up to the public, he wanted to show them the strangest city in the world. And we really are our very own city. We have our very own zip code, dry cleaners, post office, and on your right-hand side, you can see we have our very own fire station 51, with real firefighters, real fire trucks, real everything. So what makes our city any different than your city? Well, our city is completely dedicated to making movies. And on your right and left-hand side, you can see a timeline of just a handful of the tons and tons and tons of movies that we've made here. Some might be your favorite comedy. Some might be your favorite Academy Award-winning film. Now, an Academy Award is the highest honor in filmmaking. And we here at Universal actually won the Best Picture Award at the most recent Academy Awards for our movie Green Book, starring Academy Award winner Mahershala Ali. On your left-hand side, we have our very first soundstage, Soundstage 12. Soundstage 12 is our largest soundstage, and it is currently home to NBC's hit singing competition, The Voice. Now, Kelly Clarkson is returning as a coach this year to The Voice, and she also has a brand new talk show. She's a brand new daytime talk show that also films on our lot inside of Soundstage 1. Now, the other returning coaches this year are Gwen Stefani, returning champion John Legend, and Blake Shelton, and as always, host Carson Daly. Now, Soundstage 12 is our largest soundstage show. How big is it? Well, you can fit a mansion inside there. Yes, Scarface's mansion was filmed right there inside of Soundstage 12, and so was a visitor center for Jurassic Park. But why do we use sound stages? Well, the main reason that we use sound stages is for control. We can control just about anything in our sound stages. Our sound stages have walls that are 4 times thicker than your walls at home, and we can control everything: sound, lighting, temperature, what everything looks like, and who gets in and who gets out. Let's take our show Superstore, for example. Now, Superstore stars America Ferrera and Ben Feldman and takes place in a big box retail store called Cloud9. But they don't film in a big box retail store. They film right here on your left-hand side in sound stages 16 and 17. So how come they film there and not a real store? Well, if they were to film in a real store, we'd have to close down the store every time we want to film, take all their stuff down and put all our stuff up, and then at the end of the night, take all our stuff down and put all their stuff back up, and we don't have any of those control elements that I mentioned. Now, Superstore is so big, it takes up 3 sound stages. Those were 2. We're going to pass by the 3rd in a second. But first, I want to quickly point out Soundstage 29, which is directly behind me and right in front of you guys. Now, currently inside of Soundstage 29, we have our Stranger Things maze for Halloween Horror Nights this year. But also inside of Soundstage 29, Steve Harvey films his hit game show, Family Feud. On your left-hand side, we have Soundstage 21. Now, currently inside of Soundstage 21, we have Superstore. That is the 3rd home of Superstore. But it is also where Ron Howard recreated NASA's Mission Control Room for Apollo 13.
Realism was an essential element for Apollo 13. After all, we were recreating an important moment in American history, a moment many Americans witnessed on television. We thought about filming in Houston, Texas, where the original control room for the Apollo mission still exists. Unfortunately, NASA's engineers didn't have filmmaking in mind when they built Mission Control. Since there was no room for the elaborate camera cranes and tracks we needed for the shots, we had to build our own Mission Control. Everything had to be exact, even down to the tiniest detail.
Also inside of Soundstage 21, Steven Spielberg tested the mechanical shark for Jaws. And inside of Soundstage 21, it worked beautifully, or should I say swimmingly, but that was not the case when production started rolling, and I'll tell you more about that later on the tour. Now, after the Lemley family, Lou Wasserman took over the studio, and he really embraced TV, and because he did, we have produced some of the greatest TV shows of all time. So I mentioned we have Superstore currently filming on our lawn. On your right-hand side at Soundstage 44, we used to film The Good Place, but now we film The Good Girls. Good Girls filmed there, right there on your right-hand side, inside of Soundstage 44. On your left-hand side, you can see Ted from Ted. Cheers, Ted. Ted is standing in front of our production bungalows. These bungalows used to be dressing rooms of some of Hollywood's biggest names, such as Rock Hudson and Doris Day, but they're now offices for companies like Illumination Entertainment. Now, Illumination Entertainment brought you the Despicable Me franchise, and Secret Life of Pets, and Secret Life of Pets 2, and The Grinch, starring Benedict Cumberbatch as the voice of The Grinch. Elizabeth Banks also has offices in these bungalows. You might know her from Scrubs, or Pitch Perfect, or The Hunger Games. Well, her production company, Brownstone Productions, actually produced Pitch Perfect 2. She directed Pitch Perfect 2, and she was in Pitch Perfect 2. So talk about a really cool triple threat. Robert Zemeckis also has offices in these bungalows. You might know him from his directing credits, which include Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Back to the Future, Welcome to Marwin, and Forrest Gump. Now, on your left-hand side in Bungalow 5195, you'll see a familiar silhouette. That is the silhouette of Alfred Hitchcock. That used to be his bungalow, but it now belongs to the De Laurentiis Company. And something spooky must run on the water there, because they are responsible for bringing the legend of Hannibal Lecter to the big and small screen. Now, on your left-hand side, we have our 2 newest sound stages, Sound Stages 22 and 23. We like to call those the Will and Grace sound stages. Will and Grace stars Megan Mullally, Deborah Messing, Sean Hayes, and Eric McCormick. Now, what's unique about these sound stages is the front is all offices, and the back are 2 huge sound stages with a wall that can be lifted up to create one ginormous sound stage. America's Got Talent and World of Dance also film in those sound stages, but like I said, we call them the Will and Grace sound stages. Now, Will and Grace also filmed an episode on one of these very trams. Take a look.
Anastasia Beaverhausen. Just an ordinary tourist from the Midwest.
Oh, me too. What part?
Mission. Soda, Wisconsin. Home of the fighting Caucasians.
We've all had our share of humdingers. Me included. One time I took a drink that said Lisa on it from my coffee place. I know my name's not Lisa.
You are a bad girl. Stop the tramp!
Now, the very first production to use these new sound stages was NBC's Hairspray Live. Now, the cast and crew of Hairspray Live would film all their interior scenes in here, and then during the commercial breaks, they would run to the back lot to film their exterior scenes. So let's take a look at what that looked like. Good morning, Baltimore. Every day's like an open door. 1560.
Dance with me, Edna.
Now, that was on our New York Street. Now, on our New York Street, we also filmed Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw and American Ninja Warrior films our Los Angeles qualifying rounds. And I have a little insider tidbit about American Ninja Warrior this year. There is going to be a winner. If you guys watch the show, there's not always a winner of American Ninja Warrior. The last winner was in 2015, so there's going to be a winner this year. And American Ninja Warrior films our Los Angeles qualifying rounds right there on your left-hand side on our New York Street. Now, to be on American Ninja Warrior, you have to be a real beast of an athlete. And you know who knows something about beasts? Director Peter Jackson.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. Action! I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up on the edge. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters, creatures from prehistoric times.
No, don't go. No,
So I was
please.
thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skyline, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skyline.
And as you return to Skull Island, please remember to remain seated at all times, keeping arms, legs, personal belongings inside of the tram, and please no flash photography.
We really put a lot of thought into the character and personality of Kong, and he's so much more than a monster. In fact, he's not a monster. He is an incredibly majestic, ancient creature. He's a force of nature. He's old, he's wise, he's proud, he's fierce, and obviously he has a heart. The most important feature with Kong are his eyes. Kong's eyes are wonderfully expressive. They're full of emotion. His eyes are like a window into his personality and his heart. He's had an enormous number of encounters with his foes, the T-Rexes and the various dinosaurs on Skull Island. So he's been beaten up, scarred, chewed up, spat out by these dinosaurs at various times, and he wears the scars of a lot of ancient battles.
Oh my god.
If you did not hear Peter Jackson, please put on those 3D glasses.
Whoa. Oh, brilliant. Whoa, what the?
3D glasses now that came out close by because you will need them.
That was amazing, right?
I'll let you know when.
That was weird.
Hey, he was about to fight him.
Did you guys see that? That was amazing.
Did you see how people went like this?
Now, as I said, that was King
Yeah.
Kong 360 3D. That was brought to you on the world's second largest 3D screens. I'll show you the first largest later on the tour. Those screens were 40 feet tall, 180 feet wide, and utilized some of the most advanced technology in filmmaking today. Now, that was brought to you by Peter Jackson and the team at Weta Digital. You might not know Weta Digital by name, but you definitely know some of the films that they have worked on because they have won 6 Academy Awards and have worked on films like King
You like it,
Kong,
Maggie?
Rise of the Planet of the Apes, The Lord of the
Maggie?
Rings, and the Hobbit trilogies.
You like it?
Avatar and Wonder Woman and Avengers Infinity War, just to name a few. Now, during King Kong 360 3D, part of the tram went onto the screen and became part of that story. The people inside of the tram were actually Peter Jackson and the team at Weta Digital. They put that little surprise in there for us.
Peter Jackson.
But anytime you see a tram, a car, a bus, a boat, a bike, a plane, a tram, a reel or cartoon on a movie or TV show, it is what we like to call a picture car. And in just a few moments, we will be seeing some of Universal's most famous picture cars, just like the one right here on your right-hand side from King Kong 360 3D.
Los carros, vas a ver. Ahorita vas a ver todos los carros. Todos los carros que están.
Now, I want to point out this second picture car right here on your left-hand side. Tom Selleck's Ferrari from Magnum PI. I actually like to think of that car as a faux Ferrari, not a Ferrari, because it's a Volkswagen engine inside of a Ferrari shell. My favorite picture cars out here are the
Back to the
Flintstone
Future.
picture cars. They even have their very own little bedrock license plates on them. I hate to bring it to you, they are not actually foot powered. We could do that to our poor actors and actresses. We have a very recognizable picture car from the Jurassic World movie starring Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt. Now, another one I want to point out is this very last one here on the end from Transformers, this big military tank. Now, that big tank is actually not a real tank. It's actually just made out of plywood and a really good paint job. I promise I've knocked on it myself. Now, why do we do that? Well, Transformers filmed on our New York Street and in downtown LA. So that is a lot more lightweight and easier to move around, and it doesn't do any driving in the film. It just sits in the background and looks like you could drive. Now, on your right and left hand side, we have 2 more picture cars, one from our Jurassic World movies and one from our Jurassic Park movies. And speaking of our Jurassic Park movies,
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
yes, everything that you're seeing right now was really used in the Jurassic Park films. Now, on your left-hand side, we have another picture car, the mobile lab from the Lost World Jurassic Park. And on your right-hand side, as a very special treat, oh no. I was gonna say we have some real life dinos, but it appears they've escaped. But you know what? I'm sure someone's already out here looking for them, so I'm not too worried about it. So on your left-hand side, we have another picture car next to this mobile lab. Uh-oh. I found those dinos.
Oh, look. Ah! What the?
They used it like Jurassic Park, remember, right?
Yeah.
I got right in the face.
That's actually pretty cool.
Now I'm going to pull up a scene of that mobile lab that we saw from the movie. So So here in this clip, we see that mobile lab hanging off a cliff in the middle of nowhere. Well, in actuality, when they were filming it, that mobile lab was hanging off of one of our parking structures in our front lot by our sound stages. Then with a little movie magic, we made it look like it was a cliff. Now, with the help of CGI, we really made it look like that parking structure was a cliff. Now, sometimes we can't do CGI to make everything look super realistic. Sometimes we just need the real thing, like with weather. Now, the film business actually moved out west to sunny Southern California because of our beautiful weather day in and day out. You are getting just a little taste of that today. But what happens when a production calls for weather that's a little more exciting than beautiful sunshine? And you have to have the actors getting wet or it won't look like they're in a rainstorm. It looks like it'll just rain around them with CGI. So when we want to create a rainstorm, we can use strobe lights to make it look like there's lightning. We can use sound effects to make it sound like there's thunder. And then using a sprinkler system that shoots recycled water straight into the sky, we can create rain. Now, the reason we want to shoot that recycled water directly up into the sky is so it falls down to earth naturally, giving the illusion of a rainstorm, not a shower. Okay, let's turn this spotter off. I'm so sorry, my off button's actually not working. If we're